Don't get me wrong here. I'm a stupid person, but I used to be even more stupid. And I will share this in hopes that maybe it helps someone else with their athletic endeavors, whatever that may be. Whenever I was preparing for the Navy, I used to train 4 times a day. Yes, 4 times a day. And that's what it took, because I had to make sure I ran, and I had to make sure that I would swim, and I also had to make sure that I did a whole bunch of bodyweight PT. And of course, I wanted to be strong too, because, well, everyone wants to be a good teammate, so I knew that we'd be carrying boats and doing log PT. I didn't want to be the weak guy. And so I trained 4 times a day. I don't recommend you do that. I have much better ideas on how to program appropriately, but at that time I didn't know any better, so the name of the game was just volume, volume, volume. If you just do more of it, you'll get better at it, right? But that's not what this is about. This is about eating. I had to eat a ton. You don't believe how much I had to eat. I had to eat all the time because you're training and training and training. You're just blowing through the calories. For me to maintain my body weight, I had to eat. And I ate junk because it was just a matter of getting enough calories in. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and tell you don't eat junk. When you have to eat that much, one of the best things you can do is get a pint of ice cream, let it melt, and then just drink it. It's a good way to get a lot of calories down. Maybe at some point I'll share some of the weird tips that people gave me along the way, and those tips did work. But what I will throw out here is that, so one, I'm a huge fan of Stan Efferding, and Stan talks about these strongman competitors having digestive issues due to the sheer volume of food that they have to eat. I will say that I actually did not have digestive issues, even though I was eating a huge volume of food. Mind you, I was also in my 20s, and, we're all healthy in our early 20s. You can get away with a lot of stuff that you can't as you get older. However, this is my thought on this that I am going to throw out there. When you eat, you want to make sure you're in a parasympathetic state. The whole rest and digest thing, right? You don't want to be in a fight and flight state, sympathetic. You want to be in a parasympathetic state. And I think that one of the reasons why I was able to eat so much and not have issues is because I didn't eat and then go train. I would train and then eat. And so it would be like I would go do my run or something like that, and then I would let myself come down completely. Just like, I wasn't still breathing hard and, I gotta pound this shake or something like that right after I finished my workout. No. Like I would come in and I'd take a shower and I'd, come back down to a normal, calm state. I'd cook a meal and I would eat it. And these were huge meals at that. Then I would sit around for a bit, get my things together, drive to the gym, and hop in the pool. And then I would have to drive home and make another meal. So, once again, I'm in a calm state. And I think that this is actually one of the things that matters. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that pre-workout and peri-workout nutrition won't improve the quality of your workout. Certainly, if you hammer a bunch of carbs pre and peri-workout, you'll probably be able to get more work done. But what's that doing to you digestively? Think about it logically. You're eating a meal, so you want to be in a rest and digest state, but then you're immediately jumping into a hard workout, which is definitely going to put you into a sympathetic state. Your adrenaline's jacked, you're pushing hard, your blood pressure's way up, you're going as hard as you possibly can, while you're also trying to digest a meal at the same time. And then people are surprised that they have digestive issues. I mean, this is not like this is an unknown thing either. I mean, lots of bodybuilders talk about how they have digestive problems. Lots of athletes have digestive problems. And I think that a part of that is actually driven by the fact that we have this belief that we need to eat and then immediately go train. Like, you need to have a pre-workout meal. I don't buy into that, though. As I've commented before, we've all done this. You eat a meal, and a couple hours later you get sick and you throw up, and guess what? You threw up a whole bunch of undigested food. That's disgusting, but it's true. So I kind of feel like you could definitely eat your pre-workout meal like 2 hours before you train. The caveat to this is I would tell you that instead of having rice cakes and a scoop of whey protein, you probably want to eat something that's going to be a little more slow to digest, right? So maybe you have some ground beef with some rice. The fat will actually slow the digestion down. The beef digests much slower than, hydrolyzed whey protein or something. And so 2 hours later, you will still have circulating amino acids from, it's still being digested. And you'll still have some of that rice entering into your system at the same time because, the fat slowed the digestion down. And so my trick, I'm not going to call it a hack. This is just methodology. This is just an intervention. Instead of you eating a super low fat, high carb and fast digesting protein meal, maybe like 2 hours before you train, you eat something that digests a little slower. Like I said, ground beef with some rice. Now you've got a good quality protein that digests slowly. You've got, a carbohydrate source that's easy to digest. White rice is very easy to digest. And then you've got some fat, which will slow it down. And I think that will actually alleviate a lot of gut issues that people have. Just throwing that out there. I know everyone likes to eat the whole chicken and rice and broccoli thing. Well, broccoli's kind of hard to digest. A lot of people have issues digesting broccoli, and chicken breast is really, really lean, so there's no fat. There is fat. It's like 1.5 grams of fat or something like that, right? But it's really small. And so there's not enough fat to slow it down, and of course the white rice will digest easily, but it's going to digest fast. So, if you eat that 2 hours before your workout, you may actually, not have any of that left in your stomach. It's probably already moved into your small intestine and your large intestine. It's on its way out. But if you eat, say, even like choose casein instead of whey, digest slower. If you tolerate casein, a lot of people are casein intolerant. A lot of people think they're lactose intolerant. It's actually the casein that bothers them. But in any case, if you just had, I don't know, some cheese and an apple. Like, cheese has fat, it'll digest slower. It's casein, it'll digest slower. And if an apple has some fiber in it, it's not hard to digest, like, broccoli or something. It's not. I don't know if apples are a FODMAP or not. I feel like they are, but I'd have to look it up. In any case, most people digest apples pretty easily. I don't know a whole lot of people are like, oh my god, I had such bad gas after eating that apple. But I've certainly had it from cauliflower and broccoli. In any case, the thing is, I'm just throwing out here, is maybe start thinking a little more long-term, if you will. And I mean long-term as in 2 hours instead of 30 minutes, right? But, maybe think about your pre-workout nutrition as a couple hours out instead of what you're eating immediately before you train. And like I said, I'm sure that eating something fast digesting immediately before and even during, people are big on the highly branched cyclic dextrins and EAAs as their peri-workout. But, if you're having digestive issues, maybe that isn't worth it. Like, maybe that 1% improvement in muscle hypertrophy actually gets offset if you start having gut issues. And so my theory, thought, observation, experience, etc., is that I would train and then I would calm down completely and have a meal. And I feel like maybe that's even better than you just chugging, whey protein at the end of your workout while you're still breathless. Maybe finish your workout and lay down on the floor and do some breathing exercises. Let your heart rate come back down. Whatever your resting heart rate is, let it come back down. Make sure you're completely cooled off. Take a hot shower. I'm not into cold showers, actually. I think hot showers post-workout are a smart idea. Relax. If you want to use cold showers, go ahead and use cold showers, but use them outside of the workout window. I don't think cold showers post-workout are even smart. You're going to blunt that whole inflammatory cascade. It's like putting ice on a muscle. You're blunting the inflammatory cascade that's needed to cause growth. So, I mean, if we're telling people don't take NSAIDs, why would you want to take a cold shower after your workout either? So yeah, eat something maybe 2 hours before your workout, hit your workout hard, and then calm down completely and have a full meal. Eating in a parasympathetic state. I know people will tell you it's all bro science and it's bullshit, but I'm sure it makes no difference in your level of fat loss. I'm sure it makes no difference whatsoever in terms of weight loss or weight gain. But I'm very confident that eating in a stressed out state will cause you to have things like IBS. So, if you are having digestive issues, perhaps start thinking about that. Start thinking about the fact that you don't want to be eating in a stressed out state, especially if you have things like IBS. I feel like that would just aggravate things, especially if you have Crohn's or ulcerative colitis, celiac, etc. I mean, if you have an inflammatory bowel disease, certainly you could aggravate that with stress. We all know that autoimmune conditions are aggravated by stress. So, why would you think that trying to eat a whole bunch of food while your heart is still racing in your stressed out state, why would you think that that's a good idea? Just logically, that doesn't even make sense. So, anyways, I hope this helps. If you like this, like the video. If you think that this is a good strategy, comment, share it. Tell other people. Subscribe to the channel. We'll talk about this stuff more. If you have questions about it, comment below. I'll do my best to answer questions, and I hope this has helped someone.